the night. Monsters come, we must fight. Candles flicker, casting dread. Ghostly wails fill my head, chasing demons lost in time. Sanity, a steep climb. Off with his head, she screamed. Blood moons, eerie gleam. Battle cries through the dark, leaving fear's deep mark. Echoes of sins long past, fighting shadows deep and vast. Blood-stained blade in hand, stand your ground, make a stand. Cursed whispers fill the air, spirits cry, beware, beware. Through the fog and through the flame, monsters here know my name. Off with his head, she screamed. Blood moons, eerie gleam. Battle cries through the dark, leaving fear's deep mark. Off with his head, she screamed. Blood moons, eerie gleam. Battle cries through the dark, leaving fear's deep mark. Echoes of sins long past, fighting shadows deep and vast. Blood-stained blade in hand, stand your ground, make a stand. Cursed whispers fill the air, spirits cry, beware, beware. Through the fog and through the flame, monsters here know my name. Silence screams, hearts break, nightmares come wide awake. Warriors of woe take flight, darkened souls embrace the fight. Shadows crawl from the grave, whisper secrets dark and brave. Eyes that pierce into the night, monsters come, we must fight. Candles flicker, casting dread. Spirits cry, beware, beware.
And twisted wire, darkness feeds on fear's desire. Shadows creep, the flames grow higher. Over graves and evil schemes, fighting phantoms, haunting dreams. Echoes of forgotten screams, horror not as hell seems. Battle cries in black and void, demons that I once enjoyed, now a strength they can't avoid. Living past, I'm forced to destroy. I suppose the blood they crave, spirits risen from the grave, clawing beasts, the souls they save. I'll be fighting till I cave. Monsters hiding in my fears, bloody masks and deadly leers, fending off the painful jeers. Victory drowning in my tears. Battle cries in black and void, demons that I once enjoyed, now a strength they can't avoid. Living past, I'm forced to destroy. Destroy. the graves and evil schemes, fighting phantoms, haunting dreams, echoes of forgotten streams, horror not as it all seems. Battle cries in black and void, demons that I once enjoyed, now my strength they can't avoid, living past I'm forced to destroy, to destroy, to destroy.
Alright. Hope everyone can hear me okay. Sounds like it. And video is coming through. Awesome. Always nice when I do the tech thing right. So, welcome to the first Bitey's Breaks. Many of you know me as a tabletop RPG game designer, and I am. I'm also startled by loud random noises. So, alright, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. If I can remember how to do that. Oh, well. So, many of you know me as a game designer for tabletop RPGs, and that is what I am, but I also need a break sometimes. You can only stare at numbers so often before you just want to play some old games. Today, I'm going to be going back and playing the old PS1 classic Dragon Warrior 7. Let me know how volume is going, if I'm too quiet, if the music is too loud, etc. But today I'm going to be playing some Dragon Warrior 7, and if y'all have any questions about the Shattered World, I'll absolutely be willing to answer them. But game design, whether it's gaming, whether it's writing, right, creative making, right? I don't want to say creative creating, but you know what I mean. It's not a matter of you sit down and everything comes in a straight line. You get ideas from everywhere. And Dragon Warrior 7, also known as Dragon Quest 7, for those that don't know, when the Dragon Quest series in Japan first came to the US, they called it Dragon Warrior. I'm not sure why. From what I heard, it was because they thought Dragon Warrior would appeal more to American audiences. Apparently, we don't know what Quest is. But, joking aside, the game came over as Dragon Warrior, and the first bunch of games were called Dragon Warrior. I believe 7 was the last to carry that Dragon Warrior name. Starting with 8, they went back to Dragon Quest. Which is fine, right? It's a good change. It is what it is. It's just one of those things that makes things annoying. But Dragon Warrior 7, I played the crap out of. And a lot of little things from this series have ended up in the Shattered World. That sense of adventure, the sense of exploring, of figuring out what's going on, I very much tried to capture. But also, little things like the class system in this is handled differently from a lot of JRPGs. When you level your character. Your class is something completely different. You don't even unlock classes until like a third of the way into the game. It's been a while, but I want to say you start as like fisherman. That's your class. Alright, good old Maribel. She is the totally not your girlfriend, I'm gonna beat you up Tsundere character. Gotta love that archetype. But when the game starts, the world is ruined, and it happened so long ago that you don't even realize that it's happened. The island that you're on is the only one left in the world. And you can trust Maribel, more or less, but the island is the only one left in the world. You have to go through these portals, tears, one might say, in time, and try and figure out what happened and restore the world. Now, that is not precisely what you're doing in the Shattered World, but that basic concept is something that carried through. Alright, so, talk to the cat. He meows. Can't pet the cat, which sucks. But, so yeah. Your class right now is Fisherman's Son. You're level 1. I am not a big fan, there we go, of class-based systems. I find them limiting, but it is what it is. Alright. If you've played any old school JRPG, you will know destroy everything. Especially in the early game. Because that is how you get stuff. And stuff is needed. You know, in the grand scheme of things, 5 gold is not much. You know, now 8 gold. But in the beginning, that's like a third of the way towards my first real piece of armor or my first real weapon. Sorry, folks, I'm getting my allowance early. Alright. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Nothing in the sack. Nothing in the sack. No, I do not. $110 gold. And leather hat. So, again, you start out with the clothes on your back and nothing else. So we're going to go ahead and equip our helmet. And now we have at least a little bit of defense. You won't have combat at first. You don't really get into combat until your first island, right? Let's see. I haven't played this game in about 15, 20 years, so I am trying to remember where everything is. Alright, we do not go in there yet. That is our little hideout with Kiefer. Let's go into the church. Was there anything in here? So, might there possibly be new countries or villages? No. Yep. So again, like I said earlier, in this game, the world was destroyed generations ago. This is the last island existing. Basically, the Demon Lord fought God and then won. And now you're trying to fix it all. Yes, I understand. Alright. So let me look real quick, make sure I'm not forgetting anything before I go home and go to bed. Again, for those of you not familiar with JRPGs, and especially old school JRPGs, go everywhere, check everything, because, yeah, that's where hidden stuff is. Alright, let's go home and go to bed. Thanks again for the early allowance, Mom and Dad. Yeah, let's go to bed. And time for the banhammer. Getting started early on that today. No, you are not what I wanted to hit. You are banned. And you are reported. I will continue playing in 1 minute. Give me 1 second, all. And they are blocked and deleted. Thank you for bearing with. I appreciate it. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright. Yep, up so late, I slept in. Oops. You will also notice that is a common trope in JRPGs. The hero that slept in. Apparently, being a protagonist is very tiring. Alright, so, out of bed. We know our dad was a fisherman, so let's head over to the boats. Yes, we have to give him the fish sub. Do-do-do-do. Yes, and that's the other thing. Coming from... Again, I first played the original Dragon Warrior on the original Nintendo. And similar systems for later games. But coming from that to this, the pseudo 3D, you can miss a lot if you don't take a second to rotate your camera. I don't remember if this was the first game that did it, but it was definitely one of the first. So we're going to skip theirs. I don't care. Oh. Alright, so our dad is kind of big news here. That's right. Yay, bots. God bless them. But they are banned. I am keeping up with that. Alright. Oops. So, Eastard, where he mentioned, was the castle. That will be important. Am I going to become a fisherman? Yeah, what the hell. Lady, I'm like 12. So, yep, just talk to people. Aww. Oh, another thing. So it's not as important in this game, but it especially becomes important in Dragon Quest VIII. Art design was done by Akira Toriyama, who you may know from Dragon Ball Z fame. Again, it's not as prevalent in this one, but in others it's much more obvious that he's the designer, the graphics guy, art design guy. I bring it up because that sailor that I just talked to was very Mr. Satan. Oh, I want to fight, but oh, I've got a cold, my stomach ache, blah, blah, blah. You'll see little callbacks and little Easter eggs like that in this game. Other games, they kind of jump the shark. For instance, I know I keep harping on it. 8, you literally turn Super Saiyan, and Trunks joins your party, and yeah. Number 9, you're searching for the legendary Dragon Balls. I mean the legendary Dragon Fruit. I mean the legendary Star Fruit. It's completely different. It grants you a wish when you gather them all up. Anyway, yeah. So, if you're watching or if you're playing this game yourself, which again, I highly recommend, so those of us in America, when we think JRPGs, a lot of us will automatically think Final Fantasy, right? In Japan, Dragon Quest, yeah, that's the RPG. Like, that's the we don't release this game on a school night anymore because nobody goes to school game. But if you haven't played any of the Dragon Warrior games, any of the Dragon Quest games, I highly recommend it. I would personally start with the newest one, 11, just because it has a lot of quality life improvements. The graphics are more modern, and it's a great game. But some of the older school games, 5 is good, 6 is good. 1 is one of those games that you play to see where it all began. 1 I would not recommend playing for fun, but it's great to just kind of look at where the series began. But they're going to be going further north than usual for the harvest. Let's gather up some more stuff. Oops. No, I don't understand your feelings. Oh yeah, we can, dude. Alright, so you'll notice our good friend Mirabelle there hiding behind the stuff. We're going to ignore her for just a minute. I think he called me scrawny. Anyway, we're going to go back to her in a second. That's how you progress the quest. But for now, again, loot and steal. Everybody's busy talking about how awesome Boracano is. Break. Alright. So the Emmet Snack and the Emmet Donut are basically early game potions. They restore a couple hit points, blah, blah, blah. If you've played any RPG, you know what they are. Oh, she was caught. Alright, she is not good at the schmoozing, even though she thinks she is. That's right, and our first day as an awesome fisherman, we're gonna go peel some potatoes, because that, my friends, is how a proper protagonist story starts. Peeling potatoes. Yep, now she's mad at me. She's gonna tell everybody about my secret base. Oh, they're already peeled. Alright, crisis averted. So, since we're not needed in the kitchen, let's go upstairs and see what more shenanigans we can get ourselves involved in. Yay, confetti and fireworks. Alright, so again, Borcano is your dad. He's like the super fisherman elite dude. He's not the town elder. That's this dude behind me right now with the red salmon vest, but and now he's telling me I don't get to sail with him. Because again, no. Yep, that's cool. Take care of Mom. Do 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 do. So, while we're waiting a minute with the cutscene, let's talk a little bit about game design. One of the issues with early JRPGs is that a lot of stuff that you wanted to discover, you were just straight out told. Right? Like, this guard running up to you, the king has requested an audience with you. And that works, right? For it is what it is. You know, we're supposed to go to the castle immediately, and here's how you get there. That's one way to storytell, right? Like, that absolutely works, and it is what it is. Another way to do it, rather than having this guard come up and tell me, yeah, go to Eastern Castle, it's in the northwest. You could absolutely just have the character think, I should go meet with Kiefer, who's the prince, or I should go blah, 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 right? Or just skip right to this part. Maribel wants you to escort her to the castle because she has to go shopping. And it's your fault that she was thrown off the boat. So she's going to tag along. But a far better way to do it would have been environmental storytelling. So here where the ship just left, have a bunch of other ships, but have them all be smaller fishing boats. Boats that are made to hug the shore. Or go out a little bit, sure, but not like deep sea galleons, right? No man o' wars, nothing like that. Because this is the only island. What need is there for that? You know, have the ship deliberately not have any holes for cannons. Because again, why do we need them? Oh hell, I was pressing the wrong button. Alright. Yeah, Mirabelle wants to put me in my place, because, well, it's Mirabelle. She does get a little better as the game progresses, but I am actually going to run in and talk to character's mom real quick, because I don't remember if she does anything. It seems like such a level-headed young woman. No. Yes, she does give me something. Small package. Alright, so one of the main game design principles that I tried to follow for the Shattered World was environmental storytelling. The presence of an item says something. So, for instance, we just left the town. There is a path here, but it leads to this hermit's house. We can go in and walk around and talk, but that's not where we need to go. Again, always check wells, because most of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, have stuff in them. It may be a small area to explore, it may just be a chest. This is one of those for future reference things. You come across this guy and he's talking to animals. Alright. Yep. He is very much an animal whisperer. And I am gonna whisper my way to stealing his pants. But, let's check real quick since we have a new party member. Again, Maribel has the clothes off her back and nothing else. This is something I like, speaking about environmental storytelling. Notice how none of your characters start with weapons. Not even like basic wooden swords that you would in other games. That's because there are no monsters on this island. There's no bandits. There's no nothing. It's another one of those small things. Now, how do we bring that over to a tabletop RPG? Well, through the items itself, through a bunch of things. A lot of that is handled by the narrator of the individual game, but here's an example. In the item section, you'll notice prosthetics. Fake hands, fake arms. Now, they're not super in-depth, but they are there. The reason why they're there is because becoming an enhanced can happen to anyone. The only people who can reliably go through the tears without losing their magic are those that have already lost their magic. They're already enhanced. So even if you're... And there's just not a lot of enhanced. The number will fluctuate, but there's only about 1,000 to 2,000 worldwide out of a population of billions. So, very rare. No enhanced can really afford to not do something. It doesn't matter if you're missing your left leg. You need to figure something out. We're going to use you. That's how desperate it is. So we're using items like that to say something about the world. Alright, so we can absolutely wander around, but I have already spent basically a half hour not doing anything. So, we are going to play... Not serious, I don't get paid enough to play serious, but... So, Horando is your uncle. Everybody trusts Borcano because he's awesome. And nobody trusts Honduras because he owns half a year's rent, right? He's a lazy idiot. He does come in handy throughout the story. But... Alright, I'm not going to steal her clothes, apparently. Yeah. So, if we remember, we were told to go see the king. Let's go through the village to see the king. Were you the guy that sells some stuff? Nope. That may have been a different game. Anyway. You are the bank? Item shop. So, you finally find someone selling stuff, and it's here at the castle. And you can see this stuff is better than everything I have. Let's go ahead and buy... Oops. Mr. Bites. So, I forgot about that. Style. Style doesn't really... matter at this point in the game. Later it absolutely will. But right now, no. So we're going to go ahead and buy the leather shield first. Technically, the traveler's clothes were better, but they would have replaced the clothes I'm already wearing. So there's no point in doing that. So we are going to move... that's what I forgot. So Mirabelle right now has left my party. I didn't even notice that because, you know, I'm observant. Alright, King Burns. Where the hell is the prince? Welcome everyone who's joining. I'm going to stop saying that because the second I do every time, the number drops back down. But... that being said, welcome everyone who I haven't spoken to yet. This is Bitey's Breaks. I am a tabletop RPG game designer, and I'm currently taking a break. I can only stare at +1s and +2s so often. So I'm going to be going back and playing some old school games. Today, Dragon Warrior 7. But Prince Kiefer, your friend, has disappeared because that is what he does. Yeah, pretty much. And I get it. I'm the same way. I really need to figure out a way to put, like, a crock pot full of chicken wing dip at this Twitch channel so that everybody can kind of gather around it and feel more comfortable. That always helped me at parties. Or have a cat. Either one. Both are nice. Alright. King Burns is a very subtle man. Tell me what I want to know or I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Right, I got to figure out how to do the corner with the kitties. Oh, that's why, because I keep hitting the wrong button. I need to change my the hotkeys for this controller. All right. It's gotta suck to have a taste for wine, women, and adventure on a small island when nothing else exists in the world. But he wants me to find and talk to Kiefer. Now, officially, we don't know where he is. Unofficially, we do. If I recall correctly, he is currently at our hideout that was mentioned a couple times. Alright, I saw someone resembling Prince Kiefer run through town this morning. Now, I'm gonna check something. So it is not through there. So that shrine that you just saw in the corner of the screen is going to be important, and our base goes to there. Alright, here's how we get to it. I am trying to remember if I go to the hideout first or if I have to come through here. But ancient ruins, there he is. Oh, hey, you finally made it. Yep, we're here. Wasn't sure if you could make it safely on your own. Why? What was here to stop me? Alright, and he gives us an ancient scroll. Alright, so let's check it out. Book of an Odd Writing. Image of a staff held aloft by a sage is depicted. Staff radiates with light. The rest of the pages show images of tablets. But I can't read them, because reading's overrated. I've always believed that. I went to a public school. Yep, the wizard does look like this sage. And that is why he stole the ring that belonged to his late mother. It's a forbidden zone. Ooh, scary. Right? Those shapes are overrated. I just kind of push buttons until I get to kill stuff. Alright. So, Kiefer places the ring, changing his destiny. And not a goddamn thing happens. Sorry, Kiefer. So, he's going to go back to the castle. Okay. Nope, I don't do it yet. So, I don't recall if you guys saw it, but there was a cutscene where we were climbing out of a hole with a heavy stone thingy on it, and that was this. We're gonna come through here. If you're happy and you know it, no one cares. Aw, that's sad. Alright, this is another one of those places that you need to remember. Alright, cat. Hey, I found the corner with the kitties. It's here with me. Sorry, I'm a bad host. Alright, you. You gave me a partial petting, Father. I wish all the pettings. And do 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 do. I do love the exploration aspect of the game. I've always loved that. Especially with a lot of the older Nintendo Dragon Warriors, they were highly limited on how much space they could fit on the disc, so they couldn't, or in the cartridge, so they couldn't just give you an NPC that said, go here, 3 steps up, 2 steps left, 1 step up, and blah, blah, blah. You had to explore and figure things out. So now we see that the fishermen's are late, which is starting to worry. It does need more enemies, so again, that's one of the things about environmental storytelling that I like about this game. The world has been pretty much destroyed and abandoned. This is, again, the only island left. There are no monsters on this island at first. Now, as the game progresses, you start fixing the world for good and ill. Alright, now I have to remember what to do because, well, I don't. Alright, so we got a better pole. Yeah, again, that's the weapons and armor. Yes, exactly. It is absolutely a way to justify the level scaling of enemies. So, warning, minor spoiler alert for the game. We're going to open up that shrine, and we're going to find a tablet, and we're going to go into the past. When you go into the past, you arrive on a different island, and you have to solve the problem of that island, why it was destroyed. When you come back to the future, that island is now there. Through the power of bullshit. Pretty much. I knew because I told me. It was very awkward. But you keep jumping back and forth through these portals to specific points in time. Okay. Testing. I know where he is, I think. So, again, if you explore, you will find clues on where to go next. But they didn't have the space. Like, if you go back and look at all of the old Legend of Zelda and the original Dragon Warrior and all of that, you'll notice that they were like Word documents in size. They did not take up any space and have these whole grand adventures. You had to do a lot of show don't tell to get that to happen, and you had to rely on the player to explore a lot. Alright, let's break some stuff. Because when you only have 25 gold, 2 gold is not an unappreciable amount. 1 gold kinda is, but every gold counts at this point. Ah, nope, I was wrong. Can't actually open that until I get Kiefer back in my party. So, before you leave, you end up with 3 party members. Yourself, and you're the hero. So you're not as offensive as Kiefer, as the swordsman. You're not as magically attuned as Maribel, who's your mage. But you do have the first healing spell, and you are a good blend of both. And then once the class system opens up, hey Super, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Also, I am bad with links, but if you haven't, please check out Super Destructo as well as It's a Raven. They both have streams, and they are both fucking awesome. Highly recommend them. One moment. So there's It's a Raven. I don't think Super is actually on right now. However, here is his channel. So Raven does a lot of retro games, similar to what I'm doing. They're playing Silent Hill right now, and Super Destructo does a lot of Valheim, and they are awesome. / shout out and then at the person. That is very good to know. Ah. It'll have a short cooldown and then you can do it again. Cool. I will do Ravens in just a minute then. But, again, if you have a chance, check them both out. They're both awesome. So let's go see the king and his advisor. Maybe they know what the hell I'm supposed to do. Oh, I have to wait about a minute and a half. Okay. Aw, she wants the king. You're not my real mom. Anyway. So, what do we know? Well, let's put our clues together. We know the fishermen are late because the boys said so. We know Kiefer went back to the castle even though I didn't see him. Ah, yes, this game is also a product of its time, my friends. Ah, smoking. Ah, yeah. I get it. I absolutely get it. Now I just need that gif of Super Troopers smoking the reefer. Alright, so, are you upset your husband is missing? Yes, I did. You are useless, okay. That's right, village elder, village give me my money. Right, exactly. I smoked at their age. What's wrong with them? I lived. No, joking aside, kids should not smoke, obviously. Yeah, sure, I came to show it to you. Mirabelle is the intellectual type. Hey, that's where we need to go next. See, if you pester enough people, they will tell you what to do. And that is how you quest solve. Do do do. Alright. An ancient tome. It looks old. Gee, no shit. Alright, and now I have to remember. So he said the old man on the cliff near Esterd. I don't believe he means the hermit that we talked to. I am going to go check real quick just in case. Because again, it's been almost 2 decades since I played this game last. So it's very possible I'm misremembering. Run away! Alright, so it was not him, which means we want the cliffs near Esterd. So we're going to go to that small castle town first. Do, 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 do. Found the dungeon. Was it this way? Let's find out. I like exploring. Hey, this is Cliff Lake. Ah, int seed. So, there are different seeds that you'll find as you play. Int seed, strength seed, etc. And they do exactly what's advertised on the tin. They increase the appropriate stat. They can increase it between 1 and 3. As you play the game, your party members will join and leave. Without getting into spoilers. But, okay, none of that. So we are going to go continue exploring. So there's the old man. Let me ransack his stuff first. Difficult books. See, spot, run. Cool. Ah, wrong button. I'm the protagonist. No, I'm not selling it to you. Alright, come back in a little while. So we're going to go home. It could be. In fact, I think that is a valid interpretation. I mean, we found a tome, we gave it to a guy. Later, we're going to be finding other ancient tomes and bringing them to the right people. We will earn gold doing it. I've done worse fetch quests in real life. God, now that makes me want to play an old school JRPG where you're just like a random salesman. Oops. Do. Alright. So now we have to wait a little bit, which means doing something to trigger the next thingy. Yep, everybody's gone. Spin, spin, spin. Oh, wrong room. Alright, something interesting happened. Let's leave. Do not care. Yes, that's good. Okay. Tell you what, let's go find Prince Kiefer. Oops, this way. Let's go tell him that we gave his book to an old man. I don't know. You can make anything fun. I would point out that I once made a quest in Pathfinder, which I play, and it was basically a word problem, and I had a dozen nerds poring over this fucking word problem. If you left town A, Palia. That name sounds really familiar. Oh, that game. Yeah. Basically, yeah. Alright. Now, where the hell is Prince Kiefer's room? He's a prince and an alcoholic? Yeah, he doesn't care. Alright. Well, basically, you would modify how the fetch quests work. Like, a fetch quest doesn't just have to be go to point A, pick something up, go to point B, pick something up. There's an older game. It's called Uncharted Waters New Horizons. I think it was like the second or third game in the series. It was a Super Nintendo game. Oops. I want to talk to the old man. He is behind a counter. Anyway, when you played, there were basically 3 modes you could do. The first was combat, and you were a ship captain. Alright. Hiya, hiya, abracadabra, snort. Those are magic words. Alright, so he's telling me where I need to go. Even though the guy told me to wait, he's saying I need to go back. So let's go back. It's the smoking again, I assume. He's just smoking different things. But no, to get back on my line of thought, Uncharted Uncharted Waters New Horizons. So one of the modes was combat, right? Like you were a ship captain and you could be a pirate or a privateer and take over other ships, blah blah blah. But one of the major modes of gameplay was trading. And it's literally a fetch quest. You start in like the trader character was Ali. He started in Istanbul. And your first like month of gameplay is you would buy carpets in Istanbul, take them over to Greece, sell them in Athens, buy art in Athens, and bring it back to Istanbul. And then as you sailed around, you would discover other trade routes because as you bought and sold the same category of item in a port, the how much that item was worth would go up or down based on, the demand. So remember how I said Akira Toriyama was involved in this game? No reason. No reason at all. See, when I take a break, I play old video games. This guy reads fucking Dragon Ball porn. Anyway. Alright, enough recreation. Oh, don't give me that. Let's see if that was enough to... God damn you. Alright, he said try something on the statue. I wasn't paying attention because... Yeah. Ancient books can be dirty. But usually they're dusty. They don't have pullouts. Bad choice of words. Anyway, you know what I mean. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Alright. So let's go ahead and try it. Do, 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 do. Do. Nope. I know what to do. Nope. That didn't work. Oh well. So, at this point, let's try and find Kiefer. Worst case, I can walk into the village I'm not trying to go to. That is the worst case. But, worst case, I'll talk to the fortune teller dude again, now that I remember he exists. I think there's going to be an argument between Kiefer and his dad at this point. I don't remember. Yeah, no, nothing. No, no. Yes, so we know he went to test that. Loot and plunder. Alright. Yeah, but my dreams are like being a fisherman, apparently. I do not have the same dreams as the prince. Do 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 do. And turn around. Yes. Where the hell am I supposed to go? More snorting. You know what? Supposedly he's checking for real. I'm gonna trust him. Because that worked out swimmingly for me last time. Let's go back to Fishbell. I know we have to find Kiefer. I know at some point he's going to be at our hideout. Sorry, they went out for cigarettes, kid. They're never coming back. Mom, do you know what the hell I'm supposed to do? All oceans have a corner store. That's international law. Don't look it up. Into the cave. All right. Alright, so remember, this is slow-paced gameplay. This is how we used to game back in my day, kiddos. We didn't have any fancy guides and shit. We just kind of wandered around till we wandered into the plot. That and GameFAQs. GameFAQs was a lifesaver back in the day. God bless them. Oh, no. There was the bank. Alright, so that's one of those little clues. Yes. Personally, I would rather find it by exploring. I do like the little clues, like that guy telling you about Honduras trying to sell him the hot stone. Later in the game, you will have to find the hot stone. So I like when they do little things like that. They reward your exploration. Oh, wait a minute. Running around with an old scroll in his hands, hunting for hidden treasure. Last time I saw him, he wasn't carrying that scroll, because he gave it to me. And then I gave it to Master Roshi. But wandering is half the fun. Being railroaded sucks. I would absolutely... The wandering can go too far, obviously. But I would much rather find it via exploration than have a line, a glowing trail of butterflies taking me to the next quest. No, give me a rough idea of where it is and let me go. Is that a dash or a dish of fish? There. Fuck. Yes, fish paste. That's what we were asked to give to Kiefer. He set off in search of the sun. Have I gone down here yet? No. Ransack. Alright, spectacles. I think the old man wants them, but if not, that's probably some intellect-based gear for my mage later. Well, damn it, he wants his glasses. Sorry, Velma. Alright. Ancient myth. Yes, so this is what I was talking about earlier. Long ago, God and the Demon Lord waged a fierce battle. Battle lasted for dozens, no hundreds of years. That is not what happened. God was killed. And fun fact for the American version, so in both versions, right, the original and the American localized version, God seals his chosen hero until such a time as he's needed again, puts him in stasis, and you find him and he joins your party. In the American version, his name is Melvin. The ancient prophesized hero, Melvin. I just always love that. Alright. So now that we have got you and you, do. Alright. Was hoping that would trigger something, but apparently it just triggered a lecture. Alright, cool. She's a very pretty maid. stealing all your dad's stuff. Minute. Ah. Right? Hey, don't feel bad. I sing it too. I am a pretty maid, damn it. I feel pretty, so pretty. I feel pretty and so I don't remember the rest of it, but if it's good enough for Jack Nicholson, it's good enough for me. So, a bunch of the NPCs we talked to mentioned your uncle, the lazy, layabout, no good, very bad douchebag. So, let's find a bar or the inn. That's not a present. All right. That's right. He didn't want to pay for his drink and let his underage nephew pay for it for him. Because, you know, quality adulting in these games. Right. I mean, to be fair, it's not just some random guy, it's his underage nephew. That makes it better. Alright, we're not getting charged for that. Cool. Which implies that it's happened before. Oh, I just love the way I look. I'm like the maid. I'm so fucking pretty. Alright. Now here's my question. Alright, we've got a stick. Let's do this. Yes. Right, you know, that is just quality. Quality uncling right there. It's how I try to uncle. None of my nephews and nieces talk to me anymore. Oh, I'm sure it's unrelated. And so now I have to remember which house is his. Yep. I'm his nephew, slash wingman, slash barkeep, slash whatever. Alright, so they own the house. It's this one. This is what you get. I wanted a Christmas present. There's the hot stone. We are making progress, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Remember what I said about always explore wells? Always explore the wells. Pearls are not valuable jewels. That's good to know. But now that I have a hot stone that has the warmth of a sun inside it, and the sage was holding the radiating sun thingy, fuck it, let's go try. Oops. Wrong hole. Alright. So, item. First, I'm going to go ahead and make myself a little smarter. Just a little bit, not a lot. Oh, hey, Kiefer left us a note. Yes. You could not actually see the note until you use the hot stone. It's kind of like invisible ink, but for a whole fucking item. Do 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 do. So my goal is to try and get us into an actual fight before I have to quit. Do 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 do. Okay, I think his room was up here. Yes. And now you'll see him wandering around instead of the maid. Yep. Do do do. Alright. Now we go to the old man. Hopefully he's actually doing his job and not looking at fun bags again. God, Japanese games. Games we played as kids that, looking back, were not meant for us to be playing. Hey, he deciphered it. You must be that prince. I don't give a shit. Alright, the glowing passion in the heart of the chosen one. Yeah. Kiefer is Well, Kiefer. Alright. Let's go back. One of the issues with this game is that there is a lot of back and forth. That's actually one of the big downsides of this game. Alright, before we can go do that, the king is angry. I don't think this king is a benevolent ruler. And no, Kiefer is more himbo than he is dick. He means well. He's an idiot. But he is genuinely the wingman's friend. More or less. I can't believe he got so upset that I stole my dead mother's ring. Obviously, it must be the monetary value. Oh, no. Ruins, not base. Oops. God damn it. Alright, now we watch the chosen hero of light, Kiefer, pray with all his purity and heart and stuff. Yep, we're ready. Let's do this. That's right, a minute for the long haul. All we need is a pure heart, and then we too can turn Super Saiyan. I mean, open the door. Oh shit, we're praying together as one. And it's working. Obviously, this is because of Kiefer. Wingman powers, go! Do, 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 do. Alright. So we are finally almost at the first area. This game is rather slow-paced. And it doesn't help that, again, I'm trying to remember from, Christ, 20 years ago. Next time I'm gonna cheat and get a damn strategy. No, Alright. That's right, his princely education, and I'm just a fisherman's son. That's definitely not an omen of shit to come. Yes, I have mentioned it, and it bears mentioning again and again and again. This is hands down my favorite of the Dragon Warrior Dragon Quest series, but it absolutely has its flaws. Alright, first saint, second saint, it's going to be the third and fourth. Locked doors. We're going to have to put the stuff on them in the right order. Yay, a couple bucks. If I go down here, it should reset. Nope, not that. God damn you. God damn you. Yes, quadruple saints. That's the only way to get saints. If you're not born a quadruplet, you can't be a holy warrior of God. I'm sorry. That's just science. Yay, glitching through. Hell yeah, I see no flaw with this plan. Should have made Kiefer do it. Oh, we're not going down there yet. So, ancient key. We know the door back here was locked. Okay. So if I recall correctly, you follow the path that has the leaf. So left, right, left, left. Left. Right. Left. Left. Haha! Alright. Oh, God. Oh, there we go. Ah. Should not have to have accuracy. There. In my fucking 2.5D RPG. Alright, so I flooded the room. And unflooded that part of the room. The dragons live and die by the holy light of the crystal. So move the crystal around to fuck with the water. Cool. And now the water's falling down from there. And there was nothing over here. No, there wasn't. Oh, God. Yes. Ah, the monsters. Attack. Ah. Okay. So we've seen the Legends there. Alright, so if you remember the quadruple saints, basically this giant puzzle area involves getting their 4 items and then putting them on there in the right order. Do I remember that order? Sure. We're gonna say yes. I want to go down here first. Oh, we've already been there. So those were the saints. I'm coming back because I remember there was a stone thingy. I don't remember where it was. I'm going to go back in because I feel like I'm going the wrong way. Ah, that's right. Secret tunnel. So, I'm going to move you out of the way. You, I believe, were the yellow. That sounds accurate. You were green. I heard a click. We'll call that good. Hopefully. Okay, you I remember. You were red as shit. And then which one of you were blue? I want to say you, merman. Alright, so there's the armor. So is that... of them? Let's find out. Do. Oh, hell, I'm missing the helmet. I feel like I skipped past that room somehow. Because I want to say the helmet was the first one you were supposed to get. Yes. That's right. Yes. Haha. The statue may not have crushed that switch, but my scrawny preteen ass certainly can. Oh, God. Oops. Haha. Alright, so we are going to save here. We have been playing for 2 hours. I am going to run up to the next room real quick just to show you guys what's up. Oh, it's another goddamn puzzle. So, this puzzle is relatively easy. We're going to take the blue torch, come over here to the blue guy, And we're going to light his fire. And those are the 3 we want to light with the blue torch. Simple puzzles for simple people. Now the red flame. What do you want? Okay. Well, bam. Well, bam. Let me in. The chosen hero of destiny. Let me in. Alright, so you're going to see these throughout the game. Stone tablets, the land shards. These as you come here, there are 4 shrines. Yep. Earth, fire, air, water. There's another earth. So, we're missing 1. We found the world map. That's right, in this giant room, there's not enough space. But this is also the world map. As you unlock new islands, they'll appear here on the floor. If I recall correctly, now we have to go back to town, and then your dad has returned, and they found the shard in the fishing net. We are not going to do all of that. I am going to save, and then it is now noon. We are just about done with the initial tutorial zone. We are still level 1. I promise you this is my favorite game for a reason. But we are actually going to call it here. So, thank you everyone who came with me on this adventure of wandering around like a chicken with our head cut off. As the game says, thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care, be safe, and stay tuned. We will be announcing our upcoming schedule soon.